Hey guys, welcome to Art a la carte, and today I'm going to show you how to make these really super cute ninja plushies. They're so cute. I love them. They're great for backpacks or zipper pulls, or just to have around, and they guard your stuff from other ninja attacks. The fun thing is they come in all colors that you want. So let's get started. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off first with a pattern, and I've used this pattern quite a lot. I just drew up a shape that I wanted for my ninjas and just cut it out of paper. And then I use these blocks of felt, and I'm going to make a blue ninja today. Let me just back this out just a little bit. So I'm going to take and I'm going to fold my felt over so that it's doubled. So I only have to cut it once. So once I have my felt doubled over, then I'm going to take my pattern, I'm going to stick it right on there, and then I'm just going to take a pin and secure that in there just like that. Then all you have to do is cut them out. Where did the scissors go? Here they go. So I just cut your ninja out. I usually just cut it down like that. That way I don't have to worry about that big piece of felt. And I cut it up. So we'll do this part in time lapse. Okay, so I finished cutting them out, and I'm going to keep my scraps. I don't throw them away because you never know when you might need just a little piece of felt. So I have a little bucket that I keep all of my scraps, so I'll put that in that bucket. So now you can unpin the pattern, and there you have your two pieces. So I keep them closely knitted together. Now the pattern only does so much, so you'll notice it's a little jagged in areas, so I'm going to go through and smooth it up and shape my little ninja the way I want him. Each one of my ninjas are a little bit different. No two are exactly the same. I just like the pattern just to kind of give me an overall feel for the dimension that I need for my ninja. You want to put the face and everything together before you sew and stuff it, otherwise it gets really hard. So I'm going to take the back part of him off. Now you can, if you have tan thread, you can use tan thread. I use just a white thread for this part. So I'm going to take, and I'm going to start on the back here, and I'm going to go to right behind the eye patch and push it through, and I'm going to pull it, and my knot should stop. If it doesn't stop, if it pulls through, you'll need to make your knot a little thicker. Okay, and then I'm going to take and I'm going to insert my needle underneath this, right back into that, near that hole, the same place. And I'm going to pull that tight. And it does this really cool stitch where you can't really see. And then I'm going to take my needle and I put it over, oh, there we go, sorry. I'm going to put it over a little further. So when it pokes up, it's next to it right there. I'm going to pull it out, and then I'm going to stab it right through there. There. I'm going to grab it. He likes to hold on to the thread. He's a ninja. He likes to be in control. And then I'll just pull that straight through, like that. And it makes just some really neat little stitches. And I'm going to do that all the way around his little face. Face band. Okay, and then once I get to the finishing part, I'll put that through one last time, and I've gone all the way around his face mask. So that's the back, what it looks like. And I'm just going to push the needle through. It doesn't show up on this side, so I haven't gone all the way through. And as it comes down, I'm going to loop that through there, and it's just going to knot. It's going to knot that. And then I'll just snip that off. Now we don't have to worry about this showing because this will be on the inside of the stitch doll when we get done. But before we put it on there, we want to actually put his little eyes in there. So you can do lots of different eye shapes on there. I did a Band-Aid plushie, and so I gave him some cute little happy faces. So his face is really cute. Or I did these dolls, and I gave them bead eyes. So she's got little beaded eyes. So there's lots of different techniques that you can use, but I'll show you how to do the ninja eyes the way I did them. I use embroidery floss because it's much thicker than just regular string. So I'm going to take and I'm going to start in the center of his eye. So I'll start off in the middle but over to one side, and I put my needle through there. I'm going to pull that up, and then I'm going to come down at a diagonal, and I'll push that in. That's the lower part of his eye. Then I'm going to make this part of here, so I'm going to go underneath here, and I'm going to push the needle up where this part's going to come down, and push that down and pull it through. And there you have one cute little ninja eye. Okay, so I'm going to do the same thing over here. I'm going to come over to this side. There's my needle right at the corner of his eye, and I'm going to go up, go to the top part. Doesn't matter if you do top or bottom, and pull that through. And then I'm going to come down here for the bottom part of his eye. And if it's starting to get too long, just pull a little bit on your thread, and it'll give you a little bit more room. And then I'm going to finish it off by coming up here. There's my little ninja face. Wow! So then in the back, that's what it looks like. It's really messy in the back, but that's okay because no one's going to see it. And I'm just going to loop under some of those threads, but not go all the way through, so you don't see the needle. And again, I'm going to pull that nice and tight so it knots it. I'm going to get my scissors. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start up here by his head, not the very top of his head. This is going to be kind of my filling area. And so I'm going to start here, and I'm actually going to start, because I have a knot and I want my knot hidden. So I'm actually going to open him up a little bit and push my needle through and pull it, pull, 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 pull. So that knot is stuck inside of him, so that when he's all done, you won't see this. Now I'm going to teach you a stitch called the blanket stitch, and this works with making these kinds of creations. So I'm going to show you how to start this out. So you have your thread in there, and you're going to go from the top down to the bottom, and you want to go in a good amount of space so that the thread can't pull out of the material. And pull, 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 and he's going to grab onto it. This is a very grabby ninja. Okay, so we have our first stitch right there. Okay, and then I'm going to switch. I actually prefer going up with my needle instead of down. I always seem to start down and have to switch it around. It doesn't really matter. Whatever's comfortable for you. So so here's my one stitch. So I'm going to come over. Let me zoom in so you guys can see what's going on here. Alright, so I'm going to move over just a little bit, and I'm going to come up between both of those. I'm going to go through both of those and pull that up. And pull, 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 pull. And at the very last minute, get this one tangled there. It's kind of tangled up. Okay, so just at the very last minute, before I finish pulling that loop through, I'm going to take my needle and I'm going to stick it down through that loop. See how that's going through that loop like that? I'm going to pull, 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 pull. And it's going to create what's called a blanket stitch. I'm going to pull that tight. And see how that brings this part loops over top of there on the very tip top. Just nice. It's a really pretty stitch and secures nicely. So then you just do the same thing. So pull, 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 pull. If it gets tangled, just pull in the back a little bit, untangles it. And before it gets there, stick your needle through and pull, 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 pull. And you'll find the more that you practice this stitch, the faster you'll get at it.